So here is a video I thought I'd never make on this channel. Hi guys, it's Mouseboy HD here today, also known as Kai, and what I've got for you today is almost a rant video kind of. Sorry about my hair, it's very long still. And I don't usually do face cam. I haven't done like a video ever like this. So as most of my friends will know, I'm a Stevenage fan, as you can see, and I just want to talk about our recent performances and our lack of almost caring about the results we're getting in games, right? I've got on my phone, I've got a few topics that I want to cover. And first of all, I want to talk about the defence, right? The defence, as much as I love Luke Wilkinson, Fraser Franks, Wellesley and Fox, as much as I love all four of them players, the only one out of the four who I think is up to the standard and up to the pace of the league is Fraser Franks. I think Luke Wilkinson is an exceptional player. I think he's brilliant. I think he's brilliant at what he does, and when he does perform, he performs to the highest level. But when we play Crewe and Grimsby on the weekend, when we played them two, you could see the pace from, I can't remember who it was for Crewe. It was Bogle for Grimsby. By the way, guys, if you don't know about the scores, we lost to Crewe 2-1 and we lost to Grimsby 5-2. But we couldn't handle the pace. The defenders couldn't handle the pace, and especially on the counter attack. Like this season, especially, I've seen we've been more attacking and we've been wanting it more. And but when it came to when we were being countered, when the defence had to chase back, when they were chasing back, they were just getting outrun by these fast players, and at that point, players had no plan B, and the only idea they actually had was to hope that the player would miss or James Jones would pull off a save. It's not ideal, obviously, for us, and it's not what our fans really want from our team. This is because what we want from our team is a good performance, and when a team is not giving you that performance, and you have one thing to blame, and that's your defenders not being quick enough, it hurts. It really hurts. Anyway, my second point that I wanted to cover was Darren Soule's negligence towards the issues in the team. So this is kind of linked towards the defence side of things, but our problem with him is his substitutions and what he says after the game, right? He doesn't talk about the match itself. He says, well, he's almost like, oh yeah, we lose this game, but I think we can come back stronger. He says that after every single game, and it's not good enough. If you're losing games, there's something wrong, and if you don't sort it, then what are we gonna do? Like, I paid for my season ticket. Well, I got a season ticket for this club, right? I've been to away games. I went to Leyton Orient this season. I went to Ipswich. I've been to these away games, and only one of the 2 away games I've been to, and out of the, I think, four games I've been to this season so far, the 6 or 7, 5 games out of the 7, I believe. I think that, it doesn't matter. I think there's only 1 game or 2 games that we've performed well in, and that is Luton at home and Ipswich away. Other than that, I think we've been poor and we've really offered nothing again. The defence, every time Crewe went forward in that first game of the season, they looked like they were going to score, and at the end of the day, they deserved to win. When I watched the Notts County highlights, we performed well in that game, but once again the defence let us down, and then at the end of the game our finishing let us down. And then Darren Soule says we played well, but then if we played well but didn't win, there's got to be something with the issue. And Darren Soule is just completely ignoring all of these issues, and they need to be, and I think they definitely need to be addressed in that dressing room or at training. Because when I went to watch the training session, all they did was play wing play, and it's not good enough when when we play in matches, our wing play is not even good enough at that point. So what's the point in the training when there's other things we could focus on that could really benefit us in league? And then my third point today is the lack of passion. The only 2 times this entire season, so out of the 8 games, that I've seen passion from this team is when we played Ipswich away and won and scored, and Ben Kennedy scored. This is from the players' point of view. The fans have always showed it. And when we played Luton at home and we won in the last minute, or last few seconds, should I say. Watching that back and looking at how much passion the players showed, it really is upsetting to see the fact that after that point we haven't showed enough, and the character from the players is just completely going. We don't look like we want it enough half the time, and if it continues, we're going to be stuck in a position where we won't be able to win matches. And the passion is probably the biggest thing. If players don't care and just moping around the pitch, there's nothing we can do as fans to sort that out. It's about the players wanting it as well. If the players don't want it, then we won't win. It's all about how much the players will give. And the players, if they've got enough passion, will give 110% every game. And there's players out there that'll do that. There's Kennedy, there's Tong sometimes, Fraser Franks, Wilkinson. They can all show passion. Maybe, and Pett and Godden maybe. But some of the players, I really like. Jamie Jones this season has been woeful, unfortunately, and that is an issue that we need to cover, and I'll probably address in another video probably. But yeah, so my last point until my conclusion is, I've kind of touched upon it previously in this video, is only performing in the big games, right? So I went to Ipswich away with my family, and we won that game 1-0. We performed to a level, a standard that was championship level, maybe even higher. We beat them. We beat Ipswich Town on their own ground, and we played phenomenal. The defence was perfect. When we were going forward, we always looked to threat. But in games when we played, for example, when we played Grimsby on the weekend, oh my god, that match was just awful. Like, I didn't go to the game, and I'm so glad I didn't, because looking at that back, it was horrendous, and it's really, really frustrating to see it, because I go to home matches as well as away matches. If you're only performing in these big matches, when you play these smaller teams, you won't pick up the points. And our issue is now we're a relegation. We try and scrape relegation now for a few seasons, I reckon, until we get either a proper manager in or we sort out the issues that we have. When we played Luton, we really wanted it. Obviously, in that first half, we didn't really look like a side that wanted it enough. But when we came out in that second half, Sarli must have said something, right? Darren Sarli must have said something to these players that really woke them up and really made them want it. But they came out in that second half and won the game in the final minute, and we played so well in that match, but we didn't just. When we need to continue that kind of performance, because we just didn't. We went into the game against Stoke in midweek after that game, and we lost 4-0 to Stoke at home. I know Stoke are Premier League quality, right? But we beat Ipswich away, and if we're playing Stoke at home, we should realistically not be getting battered by them. Unfortunately, I went to the game. I got in the 10th minute. They scored 2 minutes later, Stoke, when I got in. It was atrocious. Like, the defending was awful. We couldn't cope with Crouch's high, and hence the reason he got a hat-trick against us, which is just embarrassing itself. Peter Crouch, the ex-Tottenham man, by the way, he doesn't even start for Stoke. He's about League One Championship quality, scoring a hat-trick. Then we go into the game against Grimsby on the weekend, and watching them highlights, we just didn't show enough. Like, we didn't look like we wanted it. And unfortunately, that's what cost us at the end of the day. Anyway, I've been Musper HD. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And if you are a Stevenage fan yourself or another fan, Tell me what you think of this video, and tell me what you think Stevenage can do. But yeah, so it's been Guy. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Peace.